So they're basically an extinct dinosaur. And I will tell you though, and we've talked about it on another episode, the happiest people have pensions or pension-like income because of the freedom and the license to spend. I keep plugging that in. I
I
like
love
that.
it, dude.
So, but when it comes to understanding now that we went as a society from pension to what we call a do-it-yourself retirement, which is kind of the mentality that people are taking on. And what we've found is that most people aren't prepared for that responsibility. They've got come to this conclusion and this like kind of fork in the road, right? That they've amassed this amount of wealth or nest egg, if you will, and they're at a crossroads because they don't know what to do exactly. And we're almost in a retirement crisis because of the lack of education on how to convert those assets to income. And you have all of these bias and influences from Wall Street telling you to keep your money in the market and that you earn a fair rate of return there and you're going to be fine and all of these things. But those things don't cover or account for the financial risk that we face. Sequence of returns risk is a real thing. And so, because people haven't been taught how to make their money last and how to convert assets to income, um, we don't even know if retirement is truly promised anymore. Retirement used to be a promise made by your employer when you had a pension, but now it's a puzzle that you have to solve yourself, and that's a daunting task.
Yeah, yeah, and we see that. I think I don't want to necessarily say that we were forced into 401ks through our employer, but we're forced into finding a solution for that 401k that, there was no class that I took to help me plan for that. So now it becomes a task of our own to be educated, which is really what we help folks out with and getting that education to plan for that next step. And not for just themselves, but also for their spouse, right? So, how is this going to affect my husband, my wife, if I pass? Um, and the spousal planning, that's really what's most crucial, especially when we look at some of the stats that are out there that would suggest that 80% of men die married, while 80% of women die single.
That's huge. Can you say that again? I mean, that I
Yeah.
don't know if everybody heard that. That's a very impactful statement.
Yeah. Statistics show that 80% of men die married and 80% of women die single.
That's huge, and it's just a powerful reminder that women live 5 to 7 years longer on average. And so making income continuation part of the plan is essential.